Nando Pound for Pound Boxing Show, proudly sponsored by Bravose, here with Master Knowledge, Spencer Fearon. Spence, we're here at Box Park, Croydon. The announcement of Joshua Buatsi, how big is that for British boxing and for Boxer?
It's not big for British boxing, it's big for Boxer. And it's big for Boxer. Boxer needs Joshua Buatsi, and Joshua Buatsi needs Sky. So it's a very, very good three-way marriage.
It's great. Was you surprised with the announcement that he moved?
I knew that from ages. Where else is he going to go? He's not actually going to go over to Frank Warren, even though BT are flying right now. He's actually left 258 management. He's actually left Eddie Hearn and the Zone because he's thinking like, I'm fighting big fights. It was a big domestic fight last year, mate, him and Craig Richards. Right, but it didn't get the traction that it should have got. It got traction in the arena, but it didn't get the traction that it was deserving of a fight of that magnitude. So he sat down, he's weighed up things. He thought, well, what's the perfect fit for me? This is the perfect fit for me, right? Because you can't muck around when Sky are putting on adverts half time at football matches, when Sky are constantly being plugged. When you know what I mean? When you go onto certain channels, like you go onto like Sky Atlantic and they're showing the classics on the wire, and in between that is Joshua Buatsi. You can't argue with that. You can't. So you know what I mean, well done to him, and I wish him all the best. A very, very good, nice human being. I mean, he's from the ends as well. I've got a lot of time for him, and I pray that he propels to where he is meant to be, not for where he not just by the potentiality, but turn that into actuality.
There's all these rumours of him turning down the fight with Beterbiev, and so many rumours.
No, they say it's not rumours. That's what Eddie Hearn put out. But we understand it came out last week. You know what I mean? It came out last week. What was the reason why it came out last week? Because obviously Eddie Hearn knew, right, he's going to come over here. Right? So, you know what I mean, it is what it is. And like I'm saying, you know, like you're dating a pretty girl. You know what I mean? But somewhere in the fact that you want to hold on to her because she's a hot thing. Everyone props her like, rah, she's a Christmas. But she's shit in bed. Right?
Okay.
But you want to leave her, but then she leaves you. And she finds a better looking version of you. But you got all the hype?
Yeah.
This is exactly what it is.
We've got Dan Azeez.
Good analogy, right?
That's a great analogy.
Thank you very much.
Love that analogy.
Click that one, yeah?
I'm gonna 100%.
I will definitely repost that one.
Okay. We got Dan Azeez here, new EBU champion. Can you see that fight happening in the future? Because there was all this talk before his fight for that EBU title. I want Buatsi. I want to fight the best in the country. Now that they're both with Boxer, can you see that fight happening in the near future?
Yeah, of course I can. But I think it'd be very shallow in the thinking capabilities of Boxer to put Dan Azeez and Buatsi together now, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you win an EBU title, and this phone's buzzing off, right? When you win an EBU title, it puts you in the top 10. Dan Azeez is already in the top 10. It's propelled him even further in the top 10, right? Bivol, if Canelo gets past John Ryder, which I don't want him to get past, I want John Ryder to do him. John Ryder's my guy. I love John Ryder. I mean, the gorilla, I've known him from a young kid. He's just a beautiful kid, right? So, if he gets past, if Canelo wins, Bivol's going to drop down in weight. If he does drop down in weight, then more than likely his WBA title will become vacant, right? Then if the WBA title becomes vacant, then you can slip one of these lads into a fight for a world title. Then you could bring these guys together to fight each other. But if that can't happen, then it's business, then let them fight. But there's got to be a lot of money put down on the table for these two gentlemen to fight, right? Because Dan Azeez has done everything to the authenticity of old school boxing, southern area, you know what I mean? English, British, Commonwealth, European. All the credit in the world to Dan Azeez. I love that guy, man.
You just mentioned John Ryder. I know like you and Tunde Jai are gonna probably do a little podcast and probably break it down.
More than likely, yeah, on the fighters, right? You know.
And big up to you too. I love your podcast as well.
Thank you very much, man.
Just a little preview, a little snippet. What does John Ryder have to do to beat Canelo Alvarez?
What John Ryder has to do, John Ryder has to box at a 3-pace tempo. So it's 1-2 feint, 1-2 feint, tight guard, 1-2 feint. He's got, if he can do that, and then he's got to change it up. Then he's got to go to the fours. He's got to go side, slip, roll, throw, hook. It's really easy on the outside to say you got to go do this. Canelo is badass, right? Let's call it as it is. He's badass. Even now at the tail end of his career, because he's getting on, Canelo's still badass. So we shall see how that comes to terms out. But John Ryder's my guy, and I want John Ryder to smash the living daylights. I want John Ryder to smash the living daylights out of Canelo.
Hopefully he can do it.
Fingers crossed for him, man. He's a good guy.
As a boxing fan, what's your thoughts on this whole Fury Usyk thing?
No, brother. If it happens, it happens, right? They say it's definitely going to happen. You know what I mean? Big up my guy Ricky Blue that's leaving the building. You know what I mean? Like big music producer, A&R, man. He does everything, this guy. Right, so yeah, I would say I want the fight to happen. The fight should happen. It's a very, very good fight. Reason being is because for the first time, Tyson Fury is going up with somebody equally as technical as he is. That's why it's a great fight. But you know what? You always had the old adage that a good big un beats a good little un, right? But these are two big, excellent ones, and one little un who's excellent as well. So I'm really looking forward to that fight. I still take Tyson Fury to win that fight, but I don't think it'd be easy for him.
I know this conversation, this subject will get to you a little. There's that debate, Lennox Lewis, Tyson Fury.
No, there isn't a debate. It's a debate for young people that don't know boxing. You're talking to me, right? And let's keep this thing 100. Tyson Fury is excellent, absolutely excellent. Yeah. Lennox Lewis, a prime Lennox Lewis, right? A prime Lennox Lewis, the man that annihilated Michael Grant. That Lennox Lewis, the man that skillfully outwitted and outboxed David Tua. That man there, that man that knocked out Hassan Ratman in a rematch when he was at the end of his career? No, brother. Sorry, no one's not fooling me. Lennox Lewis is arguably the greatest heavyweight in the world of all time, right? I'm not gonna really say that because I'm an Ali fan. Ali means so much to me. Ali encompassed everything of pride, right? No matter who you are, no matter what complexion you are, no matter what religion you are, Ali, right? 100%. But in saying that, Lennox Lewis arguably is the best heavyweight of all time. So no, Lennox Lewis would have beaten Tyson Fury, right? And that's not me hating on Tyson Fury, because I actually love Tyson Fury. Yeah, I mean, I've been the biggest advocate for Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury could not beat Lennox Lewis. That's impossible.
One final question, respect to both fighters for doing it for boxing, not dodging each other, is Tank, Ryan Garcia.
Excellent fight. Excellent fight. And you know what? There's a strong argument that Ryan Garcia could come out victorious in this fight, right? He's got very quick hands. He's got lethal left hook, left hooks. Everyone thinks like to deal with southpaw is a straight right hand. It's not. It's actually the left hook. Remember when Michael Sprott knocked out Audley Harrison? Right? It was actually left hook, right? And old boy Jim, who was Michael Sprott's trainer, was always telling me like, nah, I always prefer the left hook switch when you're dealing with southpaws, because you think like how a southpaw's face to you, like as long as you can slip their lead right hand jab, you can come back with your left hook. And Ryan Garcia's got very, very quick hands, but Tank hits like a light heavyweight.
Yeah.
He really does hit, and it just takes him to detonate. He's got 36 minutes to detonate one of those bombs, and it's good night, sweetheart. So I think that Ryan Garcia could actually be up on points at the time of the stoppage, but I do believe that Tank will stop and we'll get him eventually.
That's going to be a great fight, and it's good for boxing as well. Hopefully, it can lead to more fights that we want. For example, Crawford Spence as well.
Yes, sir. You know what? There's certain things that are going on right now, so I've got to say a massive big up to Skill Challenge. So, Amir Abdullah is putting on some great fights because you've got the Lomachenko Devin Haney fight that's going to be taking place out there. I'm hearing from good sources that that's going to happen in a palace. They got this glass palace out there, like this crystal palace.
Wow.
And it's going to be inside the palace, and it's going to be only holds 500 people. This is what I'm hearing from very good sources.
Wow.
So hopefully that happens. I'll be looking forward to that. That fight was that May 20th, right?
Yeah.
I'm flying out for that. Definitely 1,000,000% I'm flying out for that fight. I'm not missing that fight. No ifs or buts, whatever.
Prediction
for that fight, I've got Devin Haney on points, and I've got Devin Haney on points actually kind of wide as well. Seriously. Wow. Devin Haney, he's been very clever. Massive big up to his father, Bill Haney, how they've structured him, and he deliberately had his son around great fighters from a very, very young age. Zab Jr. is his godfather. I mean, Mike McCullum used to teach him, right? Now, at certain times, like Mike McCullum's presence is enough because his history that rubs off on you. That's Mike McCullum's one of the greatest to ever do it over the last 50 years. So all of these kind of things, he's been around these, he's been sparring with these guys, he's been around. This makes you into that. You've got to visualize to materialize. And you know what I mean? And Bill Haney's done that. And like he's done that thing with also his business, right? Parent to partner. And I've got props to the things that Bill Haney's done. Bill Haney's actually a role model. Massive props to Bill Haney.
Big up to him, and we look forward to that fight as well. It's going to be a good year for boxing for sure.
Yes. And I'm looking forward. Keep on doing your stuff on your channel, man. You've come really, really far.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Spencer Fearon, always a pleasure. Thank you.